Harden on the drive, takes it inside, lays it up!
All right, man, hard. Rockets on the left side.
You know what I express? You know what I'm thinking about, don't you? James Harden, put it in the popcorn machine!
Harden trying to get free. Down to 3, down to 2, it's a 3. Good! Good! He got it!
James Harden worked his way down the court before watching Jamal Murray switch onto him. Murray was trying to play that aggressive style of defense the entire possession, but then got his ankles snapped after a crossover from Harden. Not only that, but Murray tried to get up and contest the three-pointer, something you shouldn't do after getting embarrassed like that. James knocked down the shot right in his face and got fouled just to top it all off.
Hyde's licking his chops. He fell down at time!
This play was so shocking, the cameras panned over to James as he yelled the words "wow" to the crowd. And the Houston Rockets crowd got pretty spoiled those years with Harden, and this play is an example of that. Harden and the Rockets were tied with the Phoenix Suns with 10 seconds left in the game. Harden took his time at the top of the key before attacking PJ Tucker and crossing him over so bad that he stumbled into the paint while he stepped back. The step-back mid-range shot went right over the head of Isaiah Thomas, and he drilled it for the win as time expired.
NBA, 5 seconds, down to 4, 3, down to 2. Harden puts it up, he got it! The beard!
Now, over the years, we haven't really thought about Harden as an elite-level dunker, mostly because we get distracted by his ridiculous scoring ability, but he made sure to let us know that he's got some good dunks in him. Just watch as he charges down the lane in a playoff series against the Golden State Warriors and throws it down all over Draymond Green while he falls down to the ground. I can assure you on this one, Draymond was not a happy camper after getting thrown down on like that.
All right, thank you, David. Here's Harden with the drive. A facial!
And Danny Green probably wasn't happy either after James Harden made his defense look like it was absolutely nothing. Harden walked his way up the court and did a small crossover and step back to create a good chunk of space from Green. Danny closed the gap quickly to his credit, but it didn't matter. James rose right up in his face and drained the three-pointer with the contact from Green's arm. All the Spurs could do here was just put their hands on their hips in shock at how he was able to knock that shot down.
Here comes Harden now. Danny Green's got to try to slow him down. And he hits a 3.
Moving on to this next play, you're going to see James take out not one, but 2 guys with his handling ability alone. He starts this off by completely baiting a defender to try and jump the screen. Instead of rolling with it, he cuts back the other way and gets lined up with another defender. This guy also tries to hang on, but yet again, Harden shook him off with a beautiful combo of moves and made the step-back mid-range look so simple.
Harden with a beautiful move. Harden on a step back. Yes!
I tell you what, sometimes there's nothing better for NBA guys than dunking on their former team. Harden got the privilege of doing just that on both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook while they were on the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was able to split 2 defenders out on the perimeter before flying towards the rim with a head full of steam and throwing it down over the outstretched arms of a help defender.
Just under 5 left in his able to split through.
I'm betting after his performance that night, the Thunder may not have been too happy about letting Harden slip away from them. And speaking of the Thunder, Harden clamped down in a Game 7 against them in order to help his team advance further into the playoffs. The Rockets were up by 1 point in the final possession of the game, and Chris Paul and company found an open Lou Dort on the perimeter. Instead of sitting back, Harden shocked the Thunder by blocking the three-point shot. Dort saved it and tried to retain possession by throwing it off of Harden and out of bounds, but James was ready for that too. He jumped up into the air and over the basketball so it didn't touch him, sealing the game for his squad.
Hands on it. Dort for 3, blocked by Harden. Dort got it back, tried to throw it off Harden, and missed him. Rockets wall.
It just seems like a good chunk of Harden's best plays have come against the Thunder, and here's another one. Here at the start of the play, Harden got pushed to his right at the top of the key against Andre Roberson. The help defense ended up coming too late when James started to drive though, as he pushed past Roberson without much difficulty and finished it off with a nice slam to stick it to his former teammates. I'm sure this was not what OKC was expecting when they got together and chose to force Harden to his left.
And
OKC has gathered themselves after the bad start. Oh!
Because sometimes the left is exactly where Harden wants to go with the basketball. Here we have the Rockets coming into Game 2 against the Utah Jazz in a tie game. With just under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter, James Harden decided to turn up the heat on Utah and help push the series to 2-0 in their favor. He started to cruise up the court, but then saw something unfold right in front of him with a screen. We saw him instantly change pace and detonate towards the rim through multiple defenders, and then jam it all over Derek Favors at the rim with his left hand. Even the commentators were caught off guard with this dunk, calling it a sneak attack dunk from Harden.
There was a lot of speed on that drive. Harden just unloads!
In this next one, what Harden was able to do to poor Ricky Rubio should probably be considered illegal. With just a few seconds left in the quarter and on the shot clock, he sized up Rubio and unleashed a flurry of dribble moves. He did so many that Rubio fell down to his knees on the ground and tried to shift while on the floor to try and at least stay in front of him. Unfortunately, he got up to contest the shot, and Harden made him pay by hitting a step-back three-pointer right in his face, and the crowd just exploded with excitement.
Right before the half. Or he could drive on him.
James Harden has a tendency to just silence opposing teams, and here we watch him take on Dante Exum and the Utah Jazz with just a few seconds left in the fourth quarter of this game. Houston was already up a good amount at this stage, but one more shot would really be the dagger. James then hit Exum with a handful of moves before crossing him over so bad that Exum turned around and didn't even try to jump back into the play because he knew it was already over. Harden proved him right by ending it with the three-pointer and then hitting a nice celebration to go along with it.
Shot clock at 4 seconds, down to 3. Harden steps back, fires, that's the game!
There aren't many guys in the NBA who are safe from James Harden's moves, and here Austin Rivers proves that. Jeremy Lin worked the clock down in a tie game with just 30 seconds remaining in the game and handed it off to Harden. James was able to look him up and down before hitting a step back that was so nasty, Rivers literally stumbled so far back, he practically went out of the arena. The commentators couldn't help but just laugh at the play, with one of them even stating how he fell down and went out of the back of the arena.
Able to take him. James going to his right, steps back. Yes! Boy, Rivers went out the back door.
For this next one, we've really got something that shouldn't be surprising to people, but fans don't realize how shifty Harden is with the ball in his hands. He starts to drive into the lane against the Orlando Magic after working around a screen. Even with defenders standing in his way trying to take a charge, he just smoothly hits a Euro step right around him and caps the play off with a layup, making it look incredibly easy too.
So Khem Birch has come in and he's made some things happen. 7 points. Harden, the Euro for 2.
His brilliance with the basketball in his hands. You see the Euro.
We've watched Harden hit his patented step-back three-point shots so many times throughout his career that sometimes we forget how difficult some of these things are that he's doing. Against Milwaukee Bucks one night, Harden was holding a defender off on his right with his back turned to the basket. Then, out of nowhere, he just smoothly flipped himself around and hopped back behind the arc to get a contested triple to fall and help the Brooklyn Nets take the lead.
Rarely attempted a three-point shot.
I'm running out the clock. He gets an easy one. And look at this. You want this? Let me step.
Now, remember that shiftiness and agility we talked about earlier? Well, here it is on display again, this time against the Los Angeles Lakers. He easily worked between a double team and drives towards the rim against Montrezl Harrell. Even with him standing in his way, he just got right around him and finished the play off the right way anyways. Both Alex Caruso and Kyle Kuzma didn't even know how he had gotten through that defense so easily.
And he's a durable player, too. He has had 3 consecutive seasons scoring 30 points or more.
Oh, no. Look at him split the double team here for Harden, and how about the reaction by KD?
All right, finally we come to the last clip, and we're going to end this one with a great play. We've got Harden working against the Miami Heat in a playoff series. The Heat were up 2-1 at the time, and with 1 minute left, Philadelphia had the shot to put the nail in the coffin on them to tie the series up. Harden put the ball in his hands and he hit his patented sidestep jump shot against Victor Oladipo and drilled it while he fell down to the floor, crushing their hopes of coming back into this game.
Continuing that possession with that offensive rebound leading to that great pass from Maxey.
Harden together, authoring another chapter in what has been a here in South Philly.